Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Smooth152, and I'm back with another story time for y'all. You know what it is when you see my face on the screen. I've been gone for a minute, so I gotta make up for lost time. I hit y'all with that first episode of Tales from the Cell yesterday. It's not one of those episodes. This is a random story time, so yeah. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this motherfucking ride you're about to join on too. So let's get it. You already know what it is. Smooth gang, shooter crew. Let's go. So today's story, we're gonna kick it back off to back in the 90s and shit. Um this story takes place like on Walnut. I was chilling with my man Red and shit. And he was like, yo, what you doing? I said, I'm chilling, I'm about to set up shop right quick, know what I mean, get some bread out here. He was like, yo, let's take a trip right quick. Go pick up some bud. I said, where would you wanna go? He was like, I'm going to New York to the Bronx. Say no more, I'm with it. So how we gonna get downtown? We gonna drive downtown or jump in the cab or what? He like, jump in the cab, let's go downtown. We jump in the cab, goes downtown, hits Penn Station, jump the train, go to New York, right? So we hit the New York spot. We walking around, chilling, enjoying the sights and shit like that. Jump in another fucking train and shoot up to the Bronx, to the spot. I never even knew about this spot. So we went up to the spot. He's like, how much you trying to get? I said, what they got? He's like, they got a whole bunch of shit. Shit you ain't even heard of. Shit you ain't have in a while. All types of shit. So we walked up in the spot. And we walked to the back of the store. It's a bodega store. And this shit trash. Ain't really shit in this motherfucker. Know what I mean? It's just a fucking storefront with a couple of cans on the shelves, a couple of sodas in the motherfucking refrigerator and shit like that. Just a hole in the wall type spot. So we walked to the back of the store where I thought they made sandwiches. Because there's a station back there for sandwiches. But guess what? Ain't no cold cuts in the motherfuckers. It's just a spot. So we go up in there and we ask him what he got. And when that nigga ran the list down, well, what he had his inventory, I can't even say list because this is way back. So we ain't talking about cell phones and none of that shit back then, like really, with cameras on it and shit. So we asked him what his inventory was. And the nigga ran down the inventory and the nigga said chocolate top. And I'm like, oh shit, I ain't had that shit in years. So I was like, yo, here go 250. Give me 250 of that chocolate tie right there. Boom. So he ordered some shit. And whatever he ordered half something and half of the chocolate tie like I did. Well, I got the whole thing of chocolate tie. He got a half of something and half of chocolate tie. So when we up front, getting our little Dutchess and shit, and getting our little drinks, dude slides back up front, give us 2 paper bags, put them on the counter. That's yours, that's yours. All right. So we pay for it up front and walk out the store. We walking out the store with fucking paper bags. No plastic bag, paper bags. Like, so we walking down the street, we bust the bag open, look, they already bagged up. Nice size Doms, already bagged up, chunky shits. So we dip off to the park, like 2 blocks down and around the corner. We dipped off to the park around there and shit. We sit there and roll up. He rolled up one of his shits, I rolled up one of mine. No. He rolled up one of his shits. And it wasn't the chocolate. We ain't rolled the chocolate till we got back to Jersey. So whatever else he had in there, I think it was Chocoloop or some shit like that. Some old school shit, some Chocoloop or bubblegum, something like that it was. And we smoked that in the park. Shit had us right. So we head back to the train station, get our eyes back to Jersey and shit. Jump on the train, go back to Jersey, jump in the cab, go back to East Orange. Boom. We back in front of the building. I jumps out the cab. He jump out the cab. We walk around to his building and shit. My cousin lived here. Well, my brother lived in this building too and shit. So we walk in front of the building. He's like, come inside first. So we go inside the building to like over there in the building where the mailbox is at in the cut. So we over there in the mailbox area. We rolling up. I'm rolling up the chocolate this time. Boom. He's like, yo, I'm about to go upstairs, eat something right quick, come back down. You gonna be out here? I said, yeah, I'm gonna set up shop right here and do my thing. Smoke this blunt. He's like, all right. So he dips off. I put my shit in the mailbox. Come back outside. So in front of this building, it's like 2 or 3 steps. 129 Walnut. Sit in front of that building. I sat down. I sparked that chocolate up. Yo, when I tell you this shit right here, that shit put all feet and hands on me. When I tell you this shit came out of the woodworks and put hands on me, oh my God. See this blunt right here look like a whole blunt, right? True. I smoked half the blunt. And I'm sitting outside. It's summertime. It ain't really one of them hot days. But it's like 80, 85, close to 90. And this is like about 4 or 5 o'clock. So I'm sitting there smoking. I'm smoking. I get half the blunt. And I put that shit out. I spark up a cigarette. I smoked half the cigarette. I put that shit out. I was sitting there for a minute. And all of a sudden, I don't know if I got any smokers out there and never had some real potent weed where they gave you the weed sweats and you just start gushing sweat. I'm sitting on the steps. I'm thinking I'm looking normal and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I just start sweating. The next thing I could only possibly do was this. I put my fucking head, my head was in my lap. I was that fucked up. My head was in my lap. My man came downstairs and seen me like that. Yo, you good? Yo, that chocolate tie's a winner, my nigga. That shit fucked me up. He's like, yo, you sweat like you in a sauna or something. Yo, my whole face was soaking wet. My face was in my lap, so you can see the water on my pants, on my leg, where my head was. I'm like really, that shit had me so fucked up. He had to grab me and stand me up. I'm standing there, I grabbed the gate, I'm leaning on the gate, trying to look cool and shit. One blunt of this chocolate tie from back there in the, like, this is like 90, 97, 98. Yo, that shit put hands and feet on a nigga, and when he sparked his blunt, he felt the same motherfucking way. He did the same shit. I thought it was only me. Yo, this dude was linked up against the gate, slumped. He had to put both hands like this on the gate to stop himself from falling down. I was like, yo, sit down, bro. Yeah, have a seat. Sit down like I did. He's like, nah, because if I get down there, I can't get back up. So I'm like, yo, that shit is official. Yo, that chocolate, that shit was fire. But this chocolate top from the Bronx, and I forgot where it was. If I could remember, I'd probably go back to see if they still got some of that shit that exists up that motherfucker. That shit had us fried. We was looking like fiends in front of the building trying to hold on. Yo, I sparked the rest of that blunt after he finished smoking his. I sparked the rest of my shit. He like, yo, you still got that shit? I was like, yo, bro, I couldn't even finish smoking my whole shit. So I relit my shit. That nigga said, yo, I'm about to go upstairs and lay the fuck down. I said, well, cool. I'm about to go in the building, grab my stash, and go back around the corner on Park Ave because I was on the nut. So I had to walk down a long ass block and another block just to get home. And these some long ass, and I'm fried. I'm cooking. I'm like, and I'm smoking the other half of this blunt walking home. So I'm walking down Summit. Instead of walking straight down that long ass block, I walk down Summit and turn down Clinton. So that's like a block and a half. I'm walking down Clinton. I'm walking. I got the bag full of chocolate in my hand. I got a blunt over here this head, and I'm walking. I'm just doing me. La 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 la. Loo 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 loo. I'm just happy as hell. This shit, that chocolate boy, that shit had me on a whole nother plateau. I was feeling it. By the time I got to my house, I can see my house walking down the block. And the blunt was about, say about like this. By the time I got to the corner of my block right there, that's how much of the blunt I had left. Cool. We walking. I said, I'm walking this shit. I get to the corner at the light. Now it's 4 corners. I'm on the corner in front of my house. I'm looking at my building. I'm looking at my shit. By this time, the blunt little as hell. So I'm just puffing on the roach. The light is red, so I can't cross the street. So I'm just standing there. Tell me why. I look both ways when the light turned green and never crossed the fucking street when it turned light green and shit like. I was stuck. I was standing like this. Just standing there with the blood in my hand just like this, blowing out the smoke. Never crossed the street. Just standing there, looking at my house. I'm just standing there, smoking the blunt. looking across the street at my house. Like, why isn't my feet moving me across the street? I promise you, yo, I was stuck on the corner for about a good 10, 15 minutes smoking that little ass roach. Bruh, when I finally did make it across the street, I made it upstairs, got up in my room. I dropped the bag on the side of the bed. Boom. I just fell flat on the bed. Boom! I don't know what time it was when I woke the fuck up. Just know, when I woke up, it was daylight again. Like this. Yo, that shit did a number on me. Like I said, that shit put feet and hands on me, yo. That was the best weed of my life. Chocolate top. That's the best weed experience I had as a youngin'. Well, not a youngin', I was an adult. But that shit had me, whew, whew. If I could find that shit again, boy, listen, let me tell you something. That would be my number one go-to. Because the bud that we got out here today don't do shit like that. Don't do shit like that. You don't see me sitting here sweating, smoking this. But yeah, that was my first experience of some real chocolate top right there. On some random shit, hanging with my man Red. We jumped in the motherfucking train, went to New York, and he took me to the spot. I don't know who told him, put him on, or how he felt this shit, but I thank you, bro, for taking me there and showing me this shit right here, bro. And the funny part about it is, when the nigga called me the next day, he's like, yo, you down to take a trip back up there to get some more? Nigga, you ain't gotta ask me twice. I'm on my way. Where you at? I'm downstairs in front of your house in the store. All right, let me get up, wash my ass right quick, get dressed, and I'll be downstairs. All right, cool. Got up, washed up real quick, got dressed, shot downstairs. We out. Went back over there. This time, I told the nigga give me a whole zip of that shit. Let me get a whole zip of that shit, like here. He like, y'all from yesterday, right? Like, yeah. He like, y'all like that shit. Yo, bro, give me a zip of that shit. Yo, I was gonna end up selling some of that shit. Nah, nah. I kept that all for myself. All for myself. I mean, I put certain people I fuck with on with it. Like, here, hit this blunt. Here, take that. That's for you. Other than that, I kept the majority of that shit. The bags, I got rid of, but that zip, that was personal. Personally, me. So yeah, that was my first experience with some motherfucking real chocolate top from the Bronx in New York back in 97, 98. Ooh, boy, listen. I'm gonna tell you something. If you could find that shit today, you need to get it. 'Cause that shit put hands and feet on a nigga. Give you them weed sweats and all that shit. Have you sucking your own dick like, oh shit, I'm fucked up. But yo, it's your boy Smooth 152. You already know what it is. Random story time. First time I got high with the chocolate top. Oh my god. Yo, I'll holla at y'all for the next episode of Tales from the Cell. You know what it is. I holla. Bang bang, shoot 'em up gang.